Some time ago, I got a message from my siblings that I had to come home. Mother was ill. I love my mom and I love the sweet sound of home, but I left both long ago. New suits, the plants and sounds and the vibrations of our music is stronger and sweeter. As a child, I experienced some of my happiest days on the soil of my native town. From the beauty of the landscape to the greenery that nature offered us in rich abundance, and from the healing parts of the plants to the forces of water, there is nothing that nature bestowed on us that we do not savor to the full. But what gives us our greatest joy are the values, our virtues our fathers brought with them from the cradle. It is these virtues that define our name and sacred legacies. And it is this name that defines the no-nonsense spirit of our founding fathers as well as the virtues they personify. As a people, we know that integrity is good, that humility is an example of virtue, that diligence is an asset. As a culture, we know that merit has its rewards, wisdom is counsel, patience is benefit, and courage is badge. But when I visited home some time ago, the equation was no longer human. Through the language, law, and cultural activities of our fathers, we know that without guidance, there can be no progress. And where there's development, there also must be leaders to guide and direct it. Through their demonstration of what is possible, as well as the joy permitted through it, we know that a leader is someone in whose heart the dreams of a people find its home. But everything had died away. Today in Africa, the biggest killer is neither disease nor poverty. Pause and ponder for a moment, you will see that the real tragedy is bad governance. For some of us, whose dream and talents found root on the soil of another land, coming home to sing Africa a song will give her story a voice. But how do you don the heart of your fathers when the theme of your journey in content and essence is merely a tale about some good old days? What can be the cause of this? In our politics, the man for the job is not always the one with a dream. You can aspire, you can contest, you can set yourself the highest attainable goal in the land. But what bears a man into office in the democratic party system is neither the promise he rallies nor the team he gathers. Even where there is desire for genuine leadership, every now and then, the right to participate in leadership is given to those who are to be led or inwardly based. If you read the book, This House Has Fallen by Kalmia, or listen to some of the animating messages of the king of Afrobeat on voting at the elections with how the belief in democratic party system was lost, there'll be no room in your head for any other thought. Africa is in a mess.
They come, they go. He go bright, he gone. He go bright, he small. If he not go, he go come. If he not come, he go. No day, he day.
But when I set my feet on the soil of Ondo State, I realized that that thought was a lie. In Akure, I saw a city bursting with life and activity. In Akure, I perceived joy, I felt warmth, and progress felt palpable. In the state of Ondo, I saw green expectations and awakened enthusiasm. In Alagbaka, I saw a thinker and a leader whose presence and voice anyone visiting cannot fail to see or hear. In the sunshine state of Ondo, I saw developments that can further the state as an economy and ennoble the life of its people. It is a completely new era of useful and constructive activity. With Aketi's innovative approach to infrastructure, industrialization, agriculture, education, technology, commerce, public health, security and finance, the people are not only on a journey they can gain much from, the possibility of their further development is also without limits. Call it democracy or hail it as good governance. If the dawn is like this, we can well imagine what the day will look like. The climate has changed. The splendor is returning. Happiness is developing and lives are acquiring meaning. You can see it, touch it, hold it and feel it. Not just in the reforms that has been delivered or the economy that has been empowered, but evident everywhere. The indicators are ringing out aloud in the increased IGR and reduction in poverty index, in the roads constructed and reduction in fatal accidents, in schools that were rehabilitated and the promotion of functional learning, in innovative approach to agriculture and increase in staple yields, in rural developments and the joy it brought in its wake, in the creation of peaceful atmosphere and the attempt to remove aggression from our world, in industrialization and the realization of different longings, in women winning the profit game and the breast cancer challenge, in youth development and girls trained in computer appreciation. Every day in manifold way, I can see the light of his fire shining in every dimension, splendid, awesome and brilliant. In Ondo, there was so much clearing up and setting to right that I couldn't locate my siblings and my mom's family house. I had to call my nephew who lives in Akure for help. A lot of times, we do not take time to say thank you for a job well done. And I do not want this one to go by. While it is easier for us to criticize our leaders for poor performance, it is right we should applaud and reward them when they perform creditably. What our dear Arakuni Oluwarotimi Akeredolu has done is commendable. Apart from spreading share around and defining leadership, he is bringing the urgently needed economic development to a state in need of it. Today, he is rounding up his first half in the knowledge of having fulfilled. I am sure if we double the term, he will double the goodies. May the grace to accomplish the mission he took upon himself be granted to him. He is a painter of hope.
Four years ago, we elected a thinker who can support and help us to the realization of our longings as a people. But a few days into the end of his first term in office, not only are we reveling in the trail of these changing times, but we are also anticipating new possibilities in the second return. With Taketi, paradise is a matter of another time. So let's double the term and let's double the goodie.
Arákùnrin Oluwarotimi Odunwayo Akeredolu, SAN, is a man of special grace, special gift and talent. What we are seeing in Ondo State today on the soil is a celebration of the new Ondo State. He envisioned the new state he reimagined and inspired. Let us all cast our votes to thank him for stepping forth with projects and innovations that will further enable our lives in his state. Let us give him our mandate. He will definitely pay us back in multiple folds. And I'm sure if we double his term by voting him for the second term, he will double the goodies he has been doing in the state.